It's your day in tech history, and it's brought to you by our friends over at Carbonite, where you can get a 15-day free trial by going over to geekazine.com/carbon-free. Jeffrey Powers here. I welcome you to the Day in Tech History, a full rundown of technology history 7 days a week. Subscribe to the show via iTunes, Stitcher, or download right from dayintechhistory.com. Now let's find out what happened on this day, your day in tech history. February 1st, 1884, the first volume of the Oxford English Dictionary, A through Ant, was published. 1911, Thomas Jennings was convicted of killing Clarence B. Hiller by the Criminal Court of Cook County using fingerprint evidence for the first time in the U.S. On December 21st, the Illinois Supreme Court would uphold the admissibility of the evidence, and on February 16th of 1912, Jennings would be executed. 1949, Radio Corporation of America, or RCA, releases the first single record ever at 45 RPM. 1959, Texas Instruments issued a patent for the integrated circuit, and Hewlett-Packard released the first scientific handheld calculator, the HP 35. Price was $395. 1973, the IBM Data Processing Division released the OSVS2 Release 2, a control program that allowed users to interconnect virtual storage systems, IBM 370 Model 158 and Model 168 MP multiprocessors. 1981, Apple Computer President Mike Scott writes an internal memo with the attached note reading, "The document describes the goal of a typewriter-less company. It also commands Ken to get rid of his old DEC word processor as soon as possible. We believe that the typewriter is obsolete. Let's prove it inside before we try and convince our customers." Also in 1981, the IBM Data Processing Division released the Professional Office System, or PROFS, IBM's first office software, which would include desktop-to-desktop email. 1982, Intel released the Intel 8286 processor, which featured clock speeds of up to 20 megahertz, and a new protected mode of operation, which allowed access to 16 megabytes of memory, 16-bit bus, and 134,000 transistors. 1989, Atari files a lawsuit alleging violations of antitrust against Nintendo for $250 million. And now this word from our friends over at Carbonite, who want to help you pursue your passion. February is the month of love, groundhogs, and static electricity. Colder homes are nice for computers, but the static charges they give from being too dry can be more than a shock to your system. They could render your computer useless. If you don't protect from the winter month, you could find your machine and all of its data gone. Carbonite is here to help with that. Founded in 2005, Carbonite backs up over 300 billion files to their secure servers, from photos of your newborn to important videos of the family and friends, not to mention those years of scanned documents you've been spending days digitizing. All of it gets stored in their secure cloud so you're protected from fire, theft, other acts, but also able to pull it down from your iPad to show those cute pictures to friends and family. Your data is secure, encrypted, and free from static electricity, and if you are a small business in the healthcare market, Carbonite can help since they are HIPAA compliant. It's your life backed up for $59.95 a year, a small investment in important files. For more information, check out geekazine.com/carbon-free. That's geekazine.com/carbon-free. Back up now, back up often, and back up off-site with Carbonite. Now let's get back into your day in tech history. 1991, game developer ID Software is founded, and James Gosling, Patrick Naughton, and Mike Sheridan of Sun Microsystems begin developing Java. 1996, Texas Instruments and Victor Company of Japan announce an agreement to jointly develop a system of two-speaker theater-like surround sound with the digital signal processor chip, or DSP chip. Also in 1996, the U.S. Congress passed a Communications Decency Act. The bill is Congress's first serious attempt to regulate the pornographic content of the Internet. However, in 1997, the Supreme Court would overturn the law. And in 1999, AOL announced that it would acquire MoviePhone, the largest movie listing and ticket sales in the United States. Also in 1999, IBM introduced the RS-6000 SP supercomputer, featuring a Power 3 microprocessor, which could perform up to 2 billion operations per second for $56,160. And Microsoft announced a new version of the Windows CE operating system with additional support for color displays. 2003, Space Shuttle Columbia disintegrates during re-entry into the Earth's atmosphere after 22 years in service, killing all 7 astronauts aboard, including Commander Rick Husband, pilot William McCool, Mike Anderson, David Brown, Kaplana Shawala, Lauren Clark, and Ilan Ramon, the first Israeli astronaut in space. 2005, the 4Info mobile search engine becomes publicly released. 2008, in what I would call micro-Yugo, Microsoft reveals a $44.6 billion cash and stock bid for Yahoo.com. They proposed $31 a share, which represented 62% premium over Yahoo's closing price the previous Thursday. 2009, former Netscape executive Mike Homer passed away. He was 50. And everything on Google is malware. During the weekend, Google had some errors sneak into their code that turned everything into an error. And in 2012, Facebook files papers for an initial public offering. Of course, they then became public starting at $38 a share, and that dropped dramatically in the first week of trading. And that's your day in tech history. My name is Jeffrey Powers, www.dayintechhistory.com. All the show notes are over at wikizine.com, Geekazine's wiki. And of course, you can like the Facebook page and follow Twitter at Day in Tech Hist. Until tomorrow, take care. Day in Tech History is copyright 2015, JMP Enterprise and Geekazine.com.